Hi, this is 365801 and this is a readathon announcement video. So hello, if you don't know me already, I am 365801 or 365 days of 801, and this time last year I hosted a readathon for the very first time, and that is the 801 readathon. It will be running this year from the 1st of August, which is 801 day, and it will be running through to the 8th of August. So it'll be a full week, Thursday through to Thursday. This readathon is all about celebrating 801 Day, which is the numbers used in Japan to denote yaoi, which is how we used to describe boys' love, and can be used for male-male romance, danme, or anything that has an Achillean romantic plot or subplot. So yeah, in celebration of 801 Day, this full week will be run for the readathon, but also for a sort of boys love festival, so that you can consume BL for a week in any way that you choose. There will be 5 optional challenges, which are pretty much the same as last year, and also a treasure hunt bingo board, which has been updated with some new things to look out for. This is going to be a very fun, relaxed readathon. So if you'd like to take part, of course, I would absolutely love it. If you are a fan of BL, this is a time for celebration. We usually get a lot of announcements from publishers for new licenses, so it's a really fun and exciting time for BL fans. Now, once again, we're going to be using the hashtag 801reads. So if you want to use that in any of your social media posts, I'll be able to find you. Hopefully I'll do a much better job of it than I did last year. I felt a bit overwhelmed. This time I'm really excited and ready to take part and run, and also to check out what everyone else is planning on doing for the 801 readathon. So yeah, please do use the hashtag 801reads so I can check out your social media posts as well. Once again, there will be lots of images. I will be putting them onto my Instagram. That will be linked down below in the description. I will also have a highlights reel for you so that you can get all of that through the highlights. I'll probably post it on Twitter as well, so you can get them, and maybe Threads too. I haven't done that since I started on Threads. So yeah, hopefully it'll be across all of the social media and you'll be able to access all of the images. Now, there will be 5 main challenges for the 801 readathon. The first one is to read a Japanese BL manga. Now, I have a awful lot of BL manga. This is obviously from Japan, and that is why we have 801 Day. So I wanted to make sure that I added in, once again, specific Japanese BL. I try to read what I buy in the year, and so I have an absolutely huge stack of things that I've purchased so far this year that I do need to get through. So I will be doing a TBR video soon where I try and work out what I'm going to read for all the different challenges. Now, there is a specific TBR image, and I'm going to be setting one up as well. So if you would like to show your TBR before it starts, we could even do a buddy read together, which would be really great. Now, the second challenge is to read a non-Japanese BL in celebration of how transnational BL has become. So this could be a webcomic, it could be a graphic novel, it could be a manhwa, anything that is non-Japanese, just to show and celebrate how much it has travelled across the globe and how many fans we have all around the world creating BL. Now, as a wee sneak preview of my haul for July, I have picked up a few volumes of BJ Alex. I have read some of this in webcomic. I'm not even sure. I think I might have finished it, but I can't remember because it's been such a long time ago. But I now have some of the volumes of this webcomic that has been printed by Lesin, and I'm really excited about it. So this is probably what I'm going to be reading for this particular challenge. Challenge number 3 is to read some BL prose. This could be danme, it could be male-male romance, it could be something Achillean, it could be a light novel, it could be a fan fiction, anything that involves words. Now on this bookshelf I have quite a lot of things I could read. I've especially got this section here where I've got some Julie Richard, which is from Japanese. I also have some Danmei, but I also have some other things as well, something from lots of different cultures. So it's kind of nice to be able to pick and choose something that might be worth reading from the stack. Once again, challenge number 4 is to watch a BL animation. It doesn't need to be a whole series, it could just be a short in YouTube, or it could be a movie. Anything that is animated, it doesn't necessarily need to be Japanese either. Anything that's animated and that is as you consider it to be BL. And challenge number 5 is to watch a BL live action. For me, I've recently read My Love Mix-Up, and I really wanted to watch the live action, but I've been putting it off because I wanted to read the manga to completion first. So I'm really happy that I might be able to read a manga and watch the live action just in a couple of weeks of each other. So that'd be quite good. That's one that I might end up doing for myself. But I'd love to know what you might watch as well. Now, if any of these challenges don't suit you, they can be substituted for other things that are more appropriate for yourself. So if you are someone who plays BL games, you could substitute one of these challenges for playing some games. Or if you do arts and crafts, if you draw beautiful art, or if you write fan fiction, those could be substituted instead of some of the challenges above. Now, if you do plan on reading or consuming BL in any way and using the hashtag 801reads, you could also decide to take part in the treasure hunt bingo board, where you can consume BL any way you like and try and find the objects, tropes, or settings commonly found in BL. This bingo board has been updated slightly. I put in a few different tropes that I felt was even more BL-esque, and also a couple of things that are just my own personal biases, because I really enjoy when I find any of these particular BL tropes. I have left off a few that I was thinking might be a little bit too obvious, but we can go through the bingo board just now. Now, I really like treasure hunt bingo boards because it means you can use one volume of manga to tick off lots of different things with just that one single volume. You could even get a bingo. So to get a whole blackout, you don't necessarily need to read an absolutely huge amount. You could just read a couple of volumes and be able to get quite a lot of things. So I will not be policing this. This is very relaxed. If you think it counts 100%. I believe you. So yeah, definitely take this and use it any way you like. And if you say that it fits, it fits. So let's go through some of the things that are on the bingo board. Now, this is where I talk about what's on my bingo board and I get too excited. I have changed up the bingo board a little bit this year. I've put on a few things that are just standard that you might find in any manga, but I've also added some things that are very particular BL tropes or settings, and some things that are my own particular bias, some things that I like a lot. Instead of saying something like very specifically for me, but I think if you know me at all, you'll be like, oh yeah, that got added because she likes that. So yeah, let's go through some of the things that we've got on this year's bingo board. Now the first one is tree, which is just a standard thing that I just plucked out of thin air. But then when I thought about it, I have read many BL, where they end up having sex against a tree. It does happen more often than you'd think. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one is switching. It's something that BL for a long time has been known for in terms of having this aggressive semi-top and this very feminine uke bottom. And we didn't get an awful lot where there was any kind of switching involved. So yeah, it's something that I prefer, I think, coming across as a sort of breath of fresh air in my BL. So yeah, if you know any, that'd be great. Put them down in the comments and I'll try and see if I can read them. The next one is one that comes up an awful lot. It used to come up in Japanese manga. It comes up an awful lot in Korean webcomics, doesn't it? every second one is someone who has a debt to pay. And I'm not mad at it. I enjoy it. It's great. So yeah, a debt is always something that is a great start to a series. The next one is bed. And now, I did think that would be fairly straightforward and easy to get. I was going to make it a little bit harder and specify that it has to be only one bed, as in the very tropey romance trope, but I thought that might be a bit too difficult. So if you can find it, I feel like you should get an extra like 10 points or a gold star or something, like a really good pat on the back. So yeah, if you find only one bed, that's even better than just getting a bed. But I thought that a bed on its own would be an easy one to get. Next one is a setting, and I feel like that a bookshop is a good setting within BL. It has to be one where there's maybe students or people who work in the publishing industry, so that's usually quite a good one. And there's specific ones that have bookshop in the title. The next one down, I have husband. I have been enjoying having more where there are husbands in married couples, that kind of thing, but I didn't want to put wedding down or marriage. So if you can't come across a BL that has two men who are husbands with each other, you could just find a character who has a husband. That would do. So I felt like that was a bit more open. The next one is, I think, something that I'm just going to have to be known for, and that is condoms and lube, because I have read so many old BL and they didn't ever include condoms and lube, and so when they did start to, I almost wanted to just cheer anytime that it was on the page. It was like such a great thing, so I feel like I should continue to champion that. So I will continue to have condoms and lube on the bingo board. The next one is a suit. Now there's an awful lot of CEOs in BL recently, but you could have a student in a suit or any kind of special suit for something. So I thought that was a bit more open and maybe a bit easier for everyone as well. Now, once again, this is also going to be one of my biases, and that is a glasses character. I love a glasses character, and yeah, I'm always on the lookout for a new favourite glasses character. Anyone who has dark hair and glasses, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Definitely, I think the Other Worlds books, Depend on the Bean Counter, is one of my absolute favourite glasses characters. So yeah, unfortunately I've just recently reread it, so I can't read that one for this readathon. The next one is another fairly random thing that might be easy to find, and that is ramen. Any kind of noodle dish would be fine. So yeah, hopefully you'll find some noodles. On to the next line, and this is a very BL trope, and that is mpreg. I know it's not everyone's favourite, but with the rise of Omegaverse, I feel like it might be a little bit easier to find now. And I didn't want to put Omega, Alpha, that kind of thing in this time. So yeah, I went with mpreg. I have to admit, when I first heard it about it as a like a subgenre within BL, I was terribly put off. I thought, no, there's no way I'm going to read anything with mpreg. And now I'm like, gimme. So yeah, I feel like I've grown as a person. On to the next one, and I could have put Old Man Yaoi down because that seems to be like a big thing recently that everyone's talking about. But I don't really think that old men is the best way to describe. So I put Osan and Oyaji, so you can choose. I think the main reason is because age is a relative term. So I've seen some works, BL works, described as Old Man Yaoi, and then I've looked at them and thought, hold on, that guy's in his 30s. I'm older than him. So what does that make me? So yeah, I've decided that just to put down Osan and Oyaji. So find an Osan or an Oyaji. Osan is generally like an uncle term, and I feel like that's a state of mind, whereas an Oyaji is like a grandpa or an older gentleman. So I just want to be as inclusive as possible, depending on the the age of the characters as well as the age of the consumers. So yeah, I do enjoy it when we have middle-aged or older gentlemen falling in love. I think it's the sweetest, cutest thing. So yeah, changed it to Osan and Oyaji just so that you can pick and choose what age your old man yaoi is. On to the next one is another setting, which is a very BL setting, and that's a gay bar. There has been a few in recent years where we've had gay bars as the settings, nichome, so I think that you'll be able to find that. The next one is one of my favourites from this year, and that's a lightsaber. And when I say lightsaber, I mean in all their glorious forms. Any type of lightsaber. You can have, they can be completely white and bright, or they can be pixelated, any kind of, or they could be in excruciating detail. I don't mind. Uncensored lightsabers, even. You do you. But I felt like I should put lightsabers down. If you find a specifically very bright lightsaber, oh, even better, perfect. The next one is power bottom. Honestly, you just choose whoever you want. It's fine. I think we all know what that means. The next line down, we have another one of my biases, which is an overworked salaryman. So once again, my glasses character from the Otherworlds books depend on the bean counter. I love an overworked salaryman. He's make him an Osan or Oyaji, and I'm just so excited. Another one that I really like that I read recently was The Cat Proposed. That also has an overworked salaryman, and so I do think that I have a bit of a bias towards them. So if you find a salaryman and he's not overworked, is he even Japanese? Is he even a salaryman? So yeah, any kind of salaryman you could probably say is overworked. So I think that might be an easy one. I just feel like the overworked aspect is important, so I added it in. And then the next one, I'm kind of being open here. Now I'm saying family affair, so you know what I'm meaning. But I could have been really mean and said twincest, because I thought about it. But I was like, no, rein it in. Let's just put family affair, because that way you can have siblings, you could have uncles and aunts, or you could just have anyone who has a relation to anyone else in the family. I feel like therapy game would be a good one, because there's a lot of family dynamics and family connections going on there. And I think the mother is my absolute fave character in that series anyway. She's great as a vet who just comes in and saves the day and is just wonderful and tells her sons off. I just really enjoy their mum as a character. So yeah, you could have anything in that, but I'm just putting down family affair, because if you have anything of that ilk, I think therapy game would be a good one for that. So the next one I have, which is kind of a good one for BL2, is consent versus non or dub con, because I really enjoy it when we have explicit consent discussed or mentioned. This is something that I think is fairly new and recent, but at the same time we do have an awful lot of non-con dub con, even in the modern, especially in the webcomics, especially when there's CEOs and debts and things like that going on. So I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, and I'm putting them both down because I enjoy both, I'm not gonna lie. The next one we have is gay pining. This is something that I particularly enjoy. I feel like Moda Zushu has great gay pining. In fact, Heaven Official's Blessing has great gay pining. But anything that has gay pining, I just really enjoy it. And I feel like that's a very particular BL trope as well. The next one is aristocracy. I was thinking what royalty, CEOs, that kind of thing. And I thought, let's go with like aristocracy. Because with that you could have samurai, or you could have chaebol, or you could have kings, princes, and things like that. So it kind of makes it open. You could also have someone who calls themselves ore-sama, because they would think of themselves as aristocracy in some way. So yeah, even someone who just thinks of themselves or is portrayed by, the prince on campus. That would be fine, and you could use that as well. So it's kind of open. On to the final line, and we've got bisexual awakening, which is, along with gay pining, my absolute fave. I just love it when I have the two of them together. So if you get the two of them together, I feel like once again, you should get an extra 10 points, something like that. So yeah, bisexual awakening is something that I really enjoy. Any kind of discussion of sexuality and sexual expression is something that I really enjoy in BL or LGBT manga. So yeah, if you find that, great. The next one is a very BL thing, and that's the token female character. Is she someone's sister? Is she someone's childhood friend? Is she someone's mum? That's what the token female character is. I absolutely love some token female characters because you're supposed to. They're supportive, they're loving, they're accepting. And then you get the ones that are absolutely toxic as hell, and I kind of enjoy them too. They're there to split up the couple. They're the ones to be, to cause miscommunication and misunderstandings. They're the ones that are there to be the spark of jealousy in a relationship. So yeah, the token female character. She's a plot device, and she knows it. The next one is Naked Apron. It has come up quite a bit in a lot of BLs. I almost did it last year and I thought, no, let's go for boyfriend shirt instead. But this year I'm going for Naked Apron. If you find it, I think, like a unicorn, it's going to be a rarity, unless you know specifically one. But I'm trying to think, and I've been trying to think for a while, but I definitely have read a few with a Naked Apron. I'm trying to think of a webcomic. I think it was it A Man of Virtue? I think it was A Man of Virtue. There was a particular scene where they were enjoying Naked Apron. I think in a lot of BL, they talk about it as being a man's ultimate fantasy. I don't know about that, but it does come up in BL quite a bit. The next one is another just standard thing that you could have in any kind of manga, and that is green tea. You might have noticed that there's very few things to do with traditional dress or traditional architecture or traditional pursuits. I did have a lot of them last year, and I felt like I should cut back on them, even though I really love anything to do with kimonos and culture and supernatural yokai and all that kind of stuff. So I put in green tea because I feel like that's something that might appear in something like that. So yeah, just a little green tea. And the last one is a red flag top, which, to be fair, a lot of them are. I could have put green flag top. That might have been an actual better one to use, a rarer one. But yeah, I think a red flag top, anything that you consider to be toxic or that would be considered a red flag, that's up to you. So yeah, if you are reading something and you think, oh, this character's awful, then they could be considered a red flag top. And I have to say, having read an awful lot of older titles with Katie in our buddy reads, I would say anything from Treasure or Challengers, and you're going to get red flags across the board. But Treasure for sure was an absolutely abysmal manga. And the red flag top is waving proudly in that one. So yeah, this is the bingo board. Hopefully you'll be able to find some of these. Hopefully I'll be able to find some of these. I don't know, but I've just decided to put them in. Let me know what you think of these. Or if you know of any particular thing that you've read recently that has any of these, if you could put them down in the comments below, especially if I haven't read it yet, then I will definitely try and pick it up. And that way I can tick it off the bingo board. So yeah, let me know if you found any of these recently and if you think any of these are particularly BL-esque. Now, I would absolutely love it if you wanted to take part in this readathon. It's very relaxed, but if you'd like to, let me know down in the comments if you're planning on taking part. This announcement video is a little bit late. I wanted to get this up about 2 weeks ago, so hopefully you'll have time to take part and get things ready. I am going to be hopefully releasing a TBR video soon as well, and I will put all of the information and images up on my social media. Hopefully you'll be able to access them as well. Now, I think you can get me on Instagram and Twitter, obviously here on YouTube. I do have TikTok, but I very rarely use it. And I also have Threads as well. I would absolutely love it if you subscribed, and we can keep in touch that way. I also have a Patreon with $1 a month, and that's early access and a shout out at the end of the video. I want to say a big thank you to my patrons for always supporting me. They're really wonderful people as well. Now, all of the images will be up on my social media. There will be a TBR, a challenge tracker, a reading tracker, and all of everything will be available as well. There's also going to be an Instagram challenge, which will be similar to last time, but some slight differences as well. And I really love it if you want to take part with the Instagram challenges as well. I'd love it if you were able to use these in any way throughout the week. And of course, if you're using the hashtag 801reads, and I'll be on social media throughout the week, interacting with everyone and checking out what everyone is reading for the 801 readathon. I'd really appreciate it if anyone would share this video or any of the posts and get that information out there so that even more people can take part in the 801 readathon. I had a really good time last year. I did feel a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm a little bit better planned, I think, now, and I have a little bit more time. I kind of had visitors and I had family and things last time, so I don't feel like I was able to enjoy it as much, and this year I don't. So it's just gonna be me and everyone else who takes part, and I'm kind of excited about it this time, having hosted it last year. So I hope everyone wants to take part, shares this, and gets the message out there. So if anyone else would like to take part who didn't last year, that would be really great. So yeah, like, share, all of that good stuff. I'm 365801, and yeah, I'm really excited about this readathon. Thanks so much, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!